Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Jake Show.
Corbin, you didn't do insurance for it, right?
No, thank God.
Way before I did the mortgage game, way before I did the banking game before that, you could find me flipping chicken, serving chicken, making the best chicken you ever had at the Chicken Express in Bridgeport.
Hey, I got hot takes about Chicken Express.
You do? Let's hear them.
I think Chicken Express chicken is the best chicken out of fast food restaurants other than Chick-fil-A.
I was about to disagree with you on that. You brought up the Chick-fil-A, and I was going to 100%, I was going to say Chick-fil-A does something different.
It does.
They do something different.
It's the pickle, I heard.
That pickle's delicious. Whenever I bite into a great classic chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, I feel like that chicken died who made me.
One question.
What you got?
Are you a spicy or a regular chicken sandwich guy?
I don't mind spicy food, but for some reason when I'm eating chicken, I rather not have the spice. I feel like it's an extra kick. My girlfriend, she can't do anything besides spicy chicken.
That's I'm right there with her.
She's got that Latina heat.
I don't have the Latina heat. Just something about it. Tears up the tummy a little bit, but you fight through it. You find it sometimes.
I'll say this. You brought up a controversial take. I'll bring up one as well. And this is going to probably piss off a few people.
Uh-oh.
A few chicken lovers out there.
Man.
I think Raising Cane's is extremely overrated.
Okay, you pissed off the chicken lover across from you is what you did.
Is that so?
No, I do love Cane's, man. My brother has the same take. He actually brought it up probably, I'd say 3 days ago. We were just talking about it.
Really?
Without the sauce, the chicken is not great. I can get behind that. But there's a reason the sauce is there. Because it's the best together.
The Raising Cane sauce is just absolutely godsend.
It is.
I agree. If that was your brother's take, I agree with that. Without the sauce, Raising Cane's is, in my opinion, just your average, if not subpar, chicken joint.
The weirdest part about Cane's chicken and sauce is that other chicken does not go with the sauce. I've tried chicken. I have
not tried that.
I'm in a low point in my life. I bought some Chicken Express.
Last night.
By low point, I mean this last Friday. Bought some Chicken Express, bought some Cane's, bought some Chick-fil-A. Chicken Express in the sauce, not very good. Chick-fil-A in the Cane sauce, not that good either.
Really?
It only goes with Cane's chicken.
I feel like there's a conspiracy.
There is a conspiracy there, and I want to get into it.
Very interesting. I think this calls for some research.
Yeah, another low point.
Yeah, another low point. Stay tuned in a couple of weeks. We'll have a low point taste test. See, that's an interesting.
I don't know if they want to see two big boys going at chicken. I don't know. That's what
there'll be a lot of silence and just a whole lot of munching.
There'll be no mics on set. That's for sure. I don't know.
This will be an ASMR video. Yeah.
Speaking of ASMR, I hate those videos.
Are you serious?
That might piss some people off too. But...
You are pissing off the person directly across.
Oh no, dude.
I don't know what it is. Like not like in a weird sexual way or anything.
I don't know.
It's soothing. Like I could fall asleep to it. Really comforting hearing those videos.
Man,
I'm not going out of my way watching those videos, every night. But when one comes up through my feed or whatnot, I find myself listening for a couple of minutes. It's like a bedtime story in a way. It's soothing.
It might be like a autism tick I have or something.
Really?
Like that. But the tapping, the scratching, the mouth noises, it drives me up a wall.
There's something about listening to the tongue do that.
You're doing it right now.
I don't know if you're catching this on the mic, but there's something about that. Again, it's not like in a weird sexually driven desire way, but there's something about like it just. Maybe it's my autism. I don't know.
Yeah.
It catches my interest. I don't know what it is.
Maybe our wires crossed, where we're just opposite wires.
Well, I'll tell you something that kind of gets me a little bit, I don't want to say freaked out.
I'm going to say aroused?
No. This isn't that type of podcast here. You know those, the best way I can explain it is like the old books that have like the how would I describe this? The books that you were able to like to move from one angle to another, and it could change image, and that weird,
the pop-up,
that weird texture stuff going on with it.
You're talking about the pop-up books?
Not pop-ups, but like I'm trying to think of the way. You know those signs that you see every now and then where it has one image, but if you move to the right, like it looks like something else.
Yes.
What I remember as a kid, we'd have book fairs, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And occasionally you would find like a Ripley's Believe It or Not book or something that have that as the cover. And you would get these kids and they would just go start scratching on it. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's similar to what I've heard about people not liking, like hearing scratch on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
That just runs up my spine.
Really?
I can't stand it.
Really?
It just, even to this day as an adult, I
had that pretty much last night. I was eating a salad and the lettuce rubbed together.
Yeah.
Dude, it made me shiver.
Really?
Just like that feeling of like, I don't know, the squeak. I understand.
There's something about it, man. I mean, I guess everybody's a little bit different.
Maybe it's something in our DNA, like
maybe
way back when we were cavemen, there was a sound.
I'll say
feeling.
I truly do believe this. This is not the point of this is not the topic of this episode here. We'll get to the topic here in a sec, but I guess we're going a little bit conspiracy theory.
You know.
I will throw out an interesting take that I heard from one of my college professors that I think actually has some factuality. I've not studied it. I have no idea anything, but it makes sense scientifically. I think there's a lot of stuff about the body that we don't fully understand. Hear me out. It's going to sound creepy at first, but it makes a lot of sense. And no, my professor didn't tell me this through one-on-one experience.
Yeah, you're saying for office hours, were you?
Have you ever thought, if you look around at all the animals out there, you don't really see a lot of animals. I can't think of any off the top of my head that enjoy kissing one another. It's really a human thing to do, locking lips and kissing and making out and all that good stuff. And
good point.
Have you ever asked yourself why when you see somebody that you're attracted to, why do you want to walk up and just give them a big kiss? My professor thinks he was a professor of anatomy and all that stuff, so he was very inclined with that, or very in tune with that kind of stuff. He thinks there's some sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, some kind of like mating connection type thing that's involved in our saliva or whatnot that can tell if your partner is a match through kissing.
Really?
Have you ever kissed somebody and felt like that felt off?
Yeah.
Have you? For no reason whatsoever?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think most people can attest to that. And again, I think after he brought that up, kissing is just, why do we kiss? I get the mating part, but I don't get the kissing's weird, and it does make sense because there's times where you lock lips, you're just like, I mean, I like the person, I'm attracted to the person, but it's just, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a weird thought there.
Maybe it's a feeling in the lips connected to the brain. Who knows?
I have no clue. I'm sure we'll never will know.
But we need to call the professor.
Yeah.
See if he's made any progress on it.
Well, Professor Paddock, if you are listening to this, we would love to have you on the show and give us some more facts.
My professor, his conspiracy theory was all about 9/11, so that's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
Debut. Mine was a little bit weirder.
No, Professor Paddock was cool. Again, not the subject of this episode here, but another cool, funny story of Paddock. If I'm bringing him up, I have to throw this part out here too. My sophomore, the final semester of my sophomore year, I was going to school and I had signed up for, again, it was another science class. I forgot which science class it was, but it was another science class. I thought I'd signed up for an online science class. And so I'd had Paddock in the previous semester in A&P1. And so he knew me. We were cool and stuff like that. About 3 or 4 weeks into the semester, I was having a hard time with my assignment. It was an online class, and we were doing some lab. And up until this point, there was always an attachment where you could pretty much do the lab online and then answer the questions on your homework assignment. Well, this particular time, it was referring to like a class lab, and you had to answer it on there. And I thought, okay, I'm just having a hard time accessing the online lab material. So I ended up just meeting him. I asked for an interview, or not an interview, asked for a meeting so I could figure out what's going on with this. I go to his office, and I'm like, hey, Professor Paddock, I'm trying to do this lab here, but it's giving me a hard time. I can't find the lab material. He tells me, he goes, well, Jake, if you would have been in class last week, you'd done the lab with. And I tell him, I'm like, Professor Paddock, I thought this was an online class. He goes, no, not at all. This is 100% in person, and we have been wondering where you've been at the last 4 weeks.
Was he forgiving?
He was forgiving, but when I came back to class, I think that day, actually, he made sure to make a big deal. It was a relatively small class. he made sure to make a big deal about welcome Jake Martinez to his first day of the semester. He thought this was an online class and everybody had a
What
hoot.
made you think that?
When I talked with my
Advisor.
the advisor, I'm sure there was wrong on both sides.
Yep.
But I felt very confident that they had told me that this was an online class.
Yep.
In fact, I'm 100% sure they told me that. 'Cause I remember them telling me like the benefits you'll be able to do this. I'm sure somewhere down the line someone messed up.
No, man, if there's one thing about advisors, they're wrong. But they're like
Is that so?
They're like weathermen.
Yeah.
So trust me, I went through the whole thing with myself at Tech.
Really?
Yeah, where they would tell you anything you want to hear to make sure you sign up for that class.
Yep.
I swear they're getting kickbacks or something, filling classes that don't need to be filled.
They might.
They do, man. That's another conspiracy.
Now that you say that, I feel like I have been sold in a lot of classes I didn't know.
I have a buddy, he was from Cancun, so he wasn't very inclined with the way the U.S. works in the university system, and he ended up going 6 years for a bachelor's in math.
Really?
Yeah, just because they kept dragging him around, and they had international advisors that were directly for him and people that were coming from different countries.
Yeah.
And he got dragged around, had to do 15 different classes he was never supposed to, never applied to anything.
Really?
Yeah. His grandpa.
Why did he sue on that?
I was about to say his grandpa, a pretty wealthy man in Mexico, was looking into suing about
Really?
it. Yeah, dragging money.
That's a lot of money
It is a lot
being
of money.
wasted there.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's another conspiracy theory for you that we need to get into.
Yeah. We're going to have to make a conspiracy theory episode soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that sounds like a lot of fun. When we get more than like 10 viewers, we may start bringing
Maybe
up
they'll
some
bring
good
the
stuff.
viewers. Maybe that's
It might.
what it is.
It might. Well, anyways, man, talking about, forget all of the weird conspiracy direction we went.
Time to pay the bills.
Hey guys, quick break from the show. If you don't already know who I am, I'm Jake Martinez. Not only am I the host of The Jake Show, but I'm also a veteran mortgage lender. Now, if you're not really sure what a mortgage lender does, I'm basically the guy who helps you figure out how to actually buy a home or improve the one that you already have. I look at your income, credit, and goals and show you what's realistically possible, whether that's buying, refinancing to lower your monthly payment, or just getting a clear game plan on what you can and are able to do. No pressure, no confusing bank talk. We can even run everything with a soft pull so it doesn't hit or affect your credit. If you got questions or just want to see what your options are, hit me up anytime. Call or text 940-389-5443. I would love to see what options are available to you. Now back to the show.
Licensed Texas mortgage lender. NMLS number 2453141. Equal housing lender.
I want to talk with you a little bit about what you did prior to your current professional career. Everybody, in most cases, nobody's first job is what they're going to do for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely.
And usually those first jobs have a lot of fun times. They have a lot of crazy, ridiculous bullshit times as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got some stories to say. I know I certainly do. Again, my first job ever was working at the old Chicken Express in Bridgeport, Texas.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Well, they have a Chicken Express now.
Oh, they've come back?
So they have a Bush's Chicken, which took over that location, which tastes very, very similar. And surprisingly, about a little bit less than a year ago, they opened up a new Chicken Express by Brookshire's.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
There's a chicken war going on at 280 in Bridgeport.
Man, there's all sorts of chicken wars. Yeah.
Though, going back to your job, I'm curious, what, if anything, what did you do prior to being a college student on insurance, or maybe a little both?
Man, well, I'm very happy that my first job was not my last one. That's for sure.
Oh, goodness.
First job, I was working $10 an hour. I was pretty much I was like a hand for a construction company. One of my neighbors, he owns a construction company where they put the interior of McDonald's. They do McDonald's, they do Cane's, they do Burger King, they do Taco Mayo, Taco Plano, all these different fast food restaurants, and they contract out to do the interiors, right?
Okay.
So the interiors would be like the tables, the chairs, pretty much everything. When you walk in, the kiosks that you order at, they would have to put all that in. And they were just the contractors for that. So I was pretty much just a hand for that. And man, my first job was down in Brownsville, Texas. You know where Brownsville is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, right there on the border. All the way down in Brownsville. That was my first job. We had to drive all the way down there. There's like 6 different, what are they called? The border patrol checks on the way down there. And then finally get to Brownsville. It's 115 degrees. No AC, because we're like after they get the outside built, we're one of the first people to get into the interior. So there's no AC. None of the AC guys or plumbing guys have been there yet. So you're taking
a hot ass building.
It's hot. And then you're taking a pee, in a porta potty. That's probably 130 and smells like your favorite dessert. It's terrible. So that's what my first job was. I was pretty much just drilling holes and grinding out cement to try to put these tables in. And then we'd go all around Texas, all around the U.S. So I did that for a summer when I was probably 16. Definitely the hardest job I've ever had when it comes to physical labor. But did some flooring as well. And then got to college. Say, man, I think the service industry looks a little bit better than this construction thing I got going on. So when I started doing banquets for a country club out there at the Lubbock Country Club in Texas Tech. And banquet pretty much is you just put on the parties, the weddings, all the big events.
That sounds fun.
That people do. I'm like the wait staff for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'd have to bring out tables, set it all up. If someone wanted a dance floor, we'd set up the dance floor. We had to do all of that. And then we would also wait on them after that. So a lot of times they do buffets. Obviously, if it's a big party, you don't want to do hand dinners, pass the plate around. But we did do those. So I did a lot of proms, did a lot of formals for sororities, which those were the best ones.
I bet.
Yeah, those are my favorite. Except some of those sorority girls, they'll look at you and you can feel their judgment in their eyes.
Yeah.
Damn, thought I had a chance. But yeah, that's what I did. And then I got tired of that, so I went and became a pool boy in the summer instead of doing banquet.
Okay.
So they have a big pool at the country club, and I was wait staff for the pool. So all the old ladies that sat around the pool all day while their husbands golfed, and then all the moms that, when their husbands are at work, took their kids to the pool. And that's where the tips were, baby.
Yeah.
That's where it was. That's where it started getting fun.
I was going to say, I bet the old ladies had a much better judgment of you than the sorority girls.
Oh, I love the old ladies. I wouldn't trade a sorority girl for a pack of old ladies now. I love the old ladies. Yeah, they tipped well too.
I bet they did.
Yeah, they just put it on the account.
There is my girlfriend finds me attractive, I think.
Yeah, I hope.
I know every old lady I've ran into thinks I am just a sweet piece of ass.
I like to take their opinion more than anyone
Yeah.
else's.
Yeah.
That just might be naive, but I go with it.
Man, that sounds a whole lot more fun than my high school career. Again, I worked at Chicken Express. Kind of a funny story with that. So at the Chicken Express in Bridgeport, Texas, there was this kind of unwritten rule, but it was 100% legitimate. When you were hired, if you were ugly, you were cooked.
You're cooking, yeah.
If you were remotely good looking, you were put in the front. And I worked there pretty much when I was 16 until I graduated, a little bit after I graduated high school. So 16 to 18 years old. Again, on and off with sports and stuff like that. I think I did about 5 days worked at the front. Every day I worked at the front, I had a little pep in my step.
Yeah, you felt good.
Yeah.
Hey, get up there. Like, oh, well,
I'm over there blushing.
Yeah.
The manager says, "Hey,
Yeah,
Jay,
I
we got
look
you working
good
register
today."
too."
Yeah.
Woo!
I knew this new hair gel was working.
But no, I was usually always cook, or what we called cook help. And cook help meant you were pretty much helping the cook and occasionally helping out with the people in the front, and they were grabbing their order.
Well, what do the cooks get, though? They get a little piece of chicken, that fall off. It's like a little broken piece.
The cooks just get shitted on the entire time.
Hot grease.
It was that I tell you, I did not enjoy being the cook at Chicken Express, because not only we had a battering machine where you basically it was a system set up where you could quickly take your tenders, put them in the batter, throw them in the whatever you call it, the seasoning and all that good stuff, and put it in for another batter before you toss it in. But you would probably think, if you didn't know any better, you'd probably think there'd be an easy way to take your chicken after it's battered and just gently put it in the fryer.
Yeah.
You're just tossing that bitch
Yeah.
right into flaming hot grease.
Oh yeah, popping you.
I mean, there are.
Looked like you smoked cigarettes for a while there, right?
It was,
burns all over
it was
your arms.
terrible, dude. I mean, you'd get burns all the time, and it was just a part of the job. I'm sure.
Wow.
I'm sure if we actually have a viewer or two watching this, there's some blue collar guy that's risking his life every day, he's laughing at us.
Yeah, he's a
But for a 16-year-old kid, though, it was always scary when you were tossing in that chicken while it's bubbling in that grease.
Oh yeah.
And again, the folks in the front, all they did was handle the clients and the customers, and everybody else just yelling at you to get this chicken out. But that was no fun. I remember too, there were occasionally you would have some people, we offered these things called livers and gizzards.
Oh yeah.
You order the liver, you'd order gizzard.
Never seen anyone actually order them. Often.
Not often, but it would always come right before we were closing.
Oh,
So
really?
you have to make a fresh batch.
Holy.
And those things, the livers, you would put those in, they'd be like fireworks. I don't know the chemistry behind it, but I mean, that was one of those deals you put in the fryer and get the duck.
Did you ever try one?
I never did.
No, I haven't
never
ever
did.
either.
I can't, looking at them, raw, I just can't do it.
I got a question for you.
What you got?
I need you to be honest. Is Chicken Express chicken, is it actually, do the tenders look fine, or are we eating some bullcrap?
It's real chicken.
Okay.
It's 100% real chicken.
Because I love the place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes I bite in, I'm like, that's a little stringy of a chicken right there.
I can honestly say, and I'm not promoting the business at all. It's not even really even there anymore.
Give them a shout out.
Yeah, but I can truthfully say, if you ate a Chicken Express from 2015 to 2017, the food there was handled with care and safety. It's all real legitimate food. It's.
Well,
I don't want to say it's healthy.
we thank you for that. It's
But
definitely not healthy.
It's definitely not healthy,
No.
but it's not. You don't have to be worried. Our managers were running like a war machine. They took very, very good care of the restaurant. Us, we were just the hands. We were the soldiers, and
For the pawns.
we were whatever. But the managers, they cared about having some premium chicken at that line. I will say this though, man. I have a lot of stories to tell. I'm not going to get into too many. I mean, this episode would be way too long. But you would be surprised how many people absolutely lose their shit. It's the end of the world based off a chicken order.
What do you mean?
You would have so many people, kid you not, you're going to think this is probably fake. We would have people come in and order a family piece of however many tenders and order like a family piece of fries. A family piece of fries was like a large order, a box, so you can feed 4 or 5 people with the fries. And you would get so many people that would come back after they've ate. This happened quite often, actually. After they would eat, they would come back with an empty box and just going berserk because we didn't give them enough fries to feed their entire family.
Oh, man.
That happened all the time. And we have so many people, too, that would come in and want to order, again, middle of a rush. And again, I think my personal opinion is the manager should have really caved into this request. But you'd be in the middle of like a church Sunday rush or something like that. And you would have folks come in demanding fresh chicken right then and there.
Really?
Like, so we had to stop what we're doing, get their own fryer, put chicken in just for them.
Would they, what's the reason for they were saying
They
that?
just want fresh chicken.
Oh,
Literally as simple as that. And for some reason, we always would cave into them.
Time to pay the bills.
This is Corbin McBride with Goosehead Insurance. Just coming to you real quick to try to just offer my services. We do anything property and casualty, so that's going to be home, auto, ATV, boat, anything you really own, even commercial business. Happy to quote you out and see if we can help you save some money. My number is 682-282-5051, and my email is corbin.mcbride@goosehead.com. Thank you. I do have one bone to pick with Chicken Express.
Oh, gosh.
You don't give enough corn nuggets. You don't. You give like 6 of them in that little pack.
I think that's true.
Need more corn nuggets.
I thought when I worked there, again, things may have changed now. I always thought we were kind of stingy on the cheese sticks.
Really?
I remember like a normal side was 2 cheese sticks.
Yeah.
And if you ordered a family side, I think it was 6.
Oh, Sonic gives you like 12.
I always thought that was a bit ridiculous.
I've never
there.
had the cheese stick from Chicken Express.
I mean, they're cheese sticks.
Sure, they're fine.
I mean,
But they taste like chicken a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know. It was Nothing too crazy there, man. There was nothing. Unfortunately, there was nothing super nasty or anything.
Yeah.
Like that. It was all pretty safe.
Well, that makes me happy because
Yeah.
I do like Chicken Express. For sweet tea, y'all have some of the best. Y'all did. I shouldn't.
Y'all.
Yeah.
I'm representing Chicken Express.
It feels like you're
Yeah.
right now. No, Chicken Express has some great mashed potatoes. I know they're powdered,
Yeah.
but they're so good.
I'll throw this out there to you. Again, it's healthy in terms of it's not
Yeah.
gonna make you sick. But prior to working at Chicken Express, I enjoyed a good sweet tea.
Oh yeah,
Chicken Express made me quit drinking sweet tea.
really, just because it was.
You
way
would
too
see
much.
so much sugar put
Yeah.
in that the Chicken Express sweet tea. I'm not gonna tell you specifics because I probably get in trouble. But their secret is sugar, a lot of it. And at a point where I couldn't stand drinking it.
It's probably
anymore.
300 calories for a big glass.
I could be wrong, but I feel like Coca-Cola is a more lighter option. That's
Probably
sweet tea.
is. Yeah, I mean,
It
200
was-
versus 350 is probably what you're looking at.
It is. That thing, I couldn't do it anymore. And
Yeah.
all my friends who worked there as well with me at the time, pretty much they all felt the same way. It's just it's so much
Rose's
sweet tea.
has the same kind of sweet tea, and I'll get it on occasion, but every time I get it,
Yeah.
I feel nasty after it.
It's-
Like, man, that is some granulated sugar.
It's way too much sugar, man. But no, man, my time at Chicken Express was fun. Again, we had a great time. There were some times the managers would just piss us off.
Oh yeah,
But again, we were just stupid, dumbass kids. We thought we were better than everybody.
yeah.
And they're just doing their job. I'm sure we gave them way too much hell than they deserved. But they were all great in what they did. It did suck being a cook, burning myself, getting all sweaty and smelly, and having to wake up and do it all again the next day.
If it means anything to you now, I think you'd be the cashier.
A year ago when I lost all the weight, I probably will. I think I'm back in cook status right now.
dude. Yeah, I got into cook about 2024, and then I haven't gotten back.
Yeah.
Back to cashier.
We'll get back to cashier eventually, man. It's a funny story. I told you back when I worked there, I had surprisingly, all of my little group, my little clique, my best friends. We all worked Chicken Express at the same time.
That's funny.
I was the first one there. I pioneered it. I feel so bad for them. It was funny because it was me, my buddy Naughty Nate, and my buddy Bryce. Naughty Nate, he is your stereotypical tall DJ looking white dude. That's the best way I can describe it. My buddy Bryce, he looks like Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, damn. Sorry, Bryce.
The coolest guys in the world. Absolute
Nice.
coolest guys in the world. And then you have me, just short, fat tree stump guy.
Bryce, if you're out there, sorry I said that, dude.
But we were all a little bit awkward looking in our own right. But we had our friend Justin, who, to be as completely heterosexual as possible, Justin's a very good looking dude. He really is. And we would always complain, Bryce, myself, and Nate, we would always be, fighting for who was going to cook. And,
Yeah.
and whoever became cook that day, we would always make fun of whoever that person was. And Justin, we would be complaining about being cook, and Justin would be sitting there, just never have to worry about what's his line. He was always, I think he even asked one time to try being cook, and they told him no.
No, you're up
Yeah.
front.
No, get out there, sugar. Go sell that chicken.
We need you to get some chicken out.
Oh man. But no, I really did, honestly. I enjoyed it. At the time, especially when I quit, I really wanted to get out. But looking back, I worked with some really good friends, had a lot of fun time, and honestly, looking back, I think that's some of my most favorite memories working
Yeah.
there on some days. So
Absolutely.
some days were some of my worst. But
Man, I completely get that. I had a fantastic time being at the pool back in college. It was probably my favorite summer I've ever had because I stayed in Lubbock. In Lubbock, whenever the school's not in session, it's a ghost town,
Really?
except for the people that still work there or like live there. So it's a fun time, just kind of being your everything is easy to access. Everything's like no line or anything like that. So it's kind of fun. You end up literally knowing every person that stays there.
did you have any eventful stories from the pool day?
Probably nothing I can tell on.
Yeah. One day I snuck off with this old lady, and she gave me a hell of a tip.
Man, I love you, Miss Henley. If you're out there.
Oh man, that sounds like a fun job being a pool boy.
No,
That
it
sounds
was
like a fun
great.
job.
It was great.
Was it as cool as it looks in High School Musical 2?
I don't remember High School Musical 2. If they were
That was the one where they went to the resort, and I know, or they were working at the country club, and I think like most of the guys were working as pool boys.
yeah.
Did y'all do a lot of dance numbers in the middle of the day?
No, I would hit a few pumps where the old lady they need to take me out. But other than that, no. Didn't choreograph anything.
You know, everybody always jokes about old guys saying they can still get with the young guys
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I know those old ladies talk.
Sometimes you'll hear them when you're walking
Yeah.
away. If you want to feel better about yourself, go up to a sweet group of old ladies
Mhm.
and smile. And then you get out of there.
I never got getting the old ladies' hots for me at work until I started working at the bank. I remember being a teller and we had a microphone where you could listen
Yeah.
and talk back and forth to the client, the customers. And a lot of times, you know, not because we're trying to eavesdrop, I just forget to turn off the mic. I would get blush face, hearing all the old ladies talking about how good looking I was. And I'd be looking over there, my buddy be like pointing, be like, "Hey, look at me." Yeah. They'd be like, "Look at her."
That feels good, though. You have a hot mic in the car.
Mhm. Yeah. Some would get a little weird. I'm not going to say any names on here.
Snatch him up.
There was one customer, I remember I heard her telling her mom, who was also much elderly, saying, "Oh, if I was younger, I'd be all over that boy. We do some weird things."
Oh, Whoa. Hey, here's your deposit back.
If I was a woman, I'd be calling it sexual harassment.
Well, you
So,
you were looking at the bank account trying to make a decision from there, right?
yeah,
It wasn't a big
it wasn't worth the investment.
I get it, man. If there was a couple zeros though,
Yeah,
you might have thought about it. You would have, hey, swing around the front.
I think if it was just like a friendly thing, go on a few dates, give a holiday kiss on the cheek, I think I'd be a sugar. What do you call it? A sugar, not daddy,
You could be a baby.
sugar baby for a wealthy old widow. I would have to have an agreement with my girl though. Say,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're not cross the line
Yeah,
here."
I'm sure she would definitely be okay with that. Yeah, I'm sure that's
She's offered me 10,000 per date.
yeah, I'm sure she would be very open and honest for that.
If we have an old lady watching this and you're a little lonely tonight, call me up and we'll see if we can work out a deal.
You live in DFW, I'm here too. So
Me and Corbin will. I can't even say
no,
that.
no.
We'll double date. We'll
All
double
right, we're
date.
done with the old lady talk.
I have no idea what the topic of this episode was, so I think we're talking about the service industry. We'll make some title on there,
Yeah.
but I think we're good for episode 3. We're not drinking. This was just one of those weird ones.
Not yet.
I think we're gonna call it end on this episode here. We're past our 30-minute mark. We appreciate you tuning in and listening. I'm sure you're not there anymore, but if you are, we appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the flip.
Thank you for listening to The Jake Show. This episode has been brought to you by Jake Martinez of the Martinez Mortgage Team at Ameridream Mortgage Group. Don't hesitate to see what your home buying or refinancing options are today. Call or text Jake at 940-389-5443 to get started. NMLS number 2453141. Equal housing lender. Tune in next week for the brand new episode of The Jake Show.